Okay, so one of the things that the government in Africa that I have not looked at that I think is very important is rent, because here in Africa, rent is a killer for many people and many young businesses and young men. The government is telling us to stop working, but then the government is not giving us any options as to how we survive. So we may not die of coronavirus, but we can die of things like hunger. Because if we're going to use all our money to pay landlords and pay rent while we're staying at home, then it's going to be critical for most of us. So the government has not given any solutions in terms of rent, because most of these government officials, they own homes, so they don't have to cope with things like rent, and that those are things that the normal Ghanaian deals with. A lot of people's rents are about to expire, and when the rent expire, how are they going to pay for it? Because they're not going to be working. You are saying you're going to close, stop people from walking on the road and all that, but they're not thinking of solutions. The point is, and the irony about it is that they've not stopped taking road tolls. When you look at Kasua example, people still using the Kasua road have to pay for tolls. So if you're telling people to stay at home and yet you are taking tolls and taxing people, that does not signify a government that thinks about its people. And I think these big men in Africa are only telling people to stay home because they are thinking of themselves not getting infected, and not, as a matter of fact, thinking of how they can stop people from dying. African governments need to be realistic. And most importantly, I'm talking to West African governments. My son is laughing. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And we're going to talk about the real issues concerning COVID virus. I mean, COVID-19, sorry. I talk about so many other things, but this is a pandemic. This is something that is threatening the survival of the human race. And some humans are still being greedy about it. Drop in the comment section what you think, so that I think that the government should stop landlords from taking rent, and the government should also stop taxing us for this moment, because the human race is going to be eradicated if we do not think of how we can survive. Not only survive as a matter of keeping from getting COVID-19 or coronavirus, but also how can we survive in terms of not going hungry, or in terms of money and resources. Our leaders are, I don't want to say they're stupid, but really that's how it looks. They are not thinking of the bigger picture. They're just thinking of themselves and their families, and they not getting infected. Silly. Tell me what you think in the comment section about Ghana and what the government should do in terms of salaries, and in terms of, because there's a huge number of self-employed people in Ghana. And even if the government is going to continue paying the civil servants, how are the self-employed people going to work? The market woman who goes to the market. Let's be realistic. Tell me what you think in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe, because that's the only way we can keep these videos coming and talk about the real issues. Thank you.